Okay, you are on live now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal. Good evening to all my viewers and my great humans out there. Amrina Khaisar, welcome you. Now this time, I've got a special personality. I've got every time a special guest with me, but she's a lady. Born and brought up in Saudi Arabia, originated from here, she has done wonders. She has sailed through the desert storm in a challenging way. You have to witness her story and you have to actually see what she has done. She is a professional trainer and a master. Oh my God, I don't have words. Please welcome her, Fatima Batook, all the way from Saudi Arabia. Yes, Fatima.
Hi, thank you very much. I love your introduction.
Oh, welcome, sweetheart. Yes, go ahead. Tell me, Fatima, something about yourself to the viewers.
Well, my name is Fatima Batook. I am from Saudi Arabia. I'm actually born in Singapore, and then I moved to Saudi when I was very young, at 4 or 5 years old. And I lived in Saudi ever since. And I think at the time of this time of moving and adjusting to Saudi Arabia had affected my lifestyle and my food choices that became a very big problem in my life, but turned to be a very huge opportunity in my life also. So I will share with you also the story of my transformation. That's what got me into fitness and got me into empowering women through fitness, and especially women of Saudi Arabia and women all around the world. But it's very important to me, really, the female factor of everything that I do.
Wow. Amazing. Oh, why did you mention the food factor saying in your conversation right now? Can I know something about it, please?
So when I moved to Saudi, I think at that time, this is my analysis, not a professional diagnosis, but my analysis is that I think I went into like a child depression or something. So food became my sanctuary. From that age until the age of 18, I was kept on gaining weight in a very unhealthy way, to where I've reached at the age of 18, reaching the weight of, or even 19, reaching the weight of 132 kilos for someone my length of 170. So okay. It is a lot of weight, obviously. Yeah. Yes.
Amazing.
And then Alhamdulillah, I'm obviously number one, grateful to God, and of course the transformation started because of a very sad story. Actually, it's because I lost my father at the age of 19. At a very young age, my father passed away due to also unhealthy lifestyle and being overweight and all the diseases related to being obesely overweight. So that's why it became my mission to change that in my personal life and to become healthier and fitter and really understand how the human body works and why it's important to be healthy and fit, and not just to wear a dress or to fit into your skinny jeans or anything like that. Yes. So it became more of something that I wanted on a longer term. And then of course, it's easy to say now, but at that time it was very, very difficult. Because to gain, to have so much weight to lose, you don't know where to start. And then the kind of advice you get from everyone around you, everyone gives you the worst advice ever from their personal experiences. Either they tell you, don't eat.
What was the most worst advice you got it from someone? Can you just share?
I think the worst advice was people telling me to stop eating completely, but that was like, I think that's the worst advice you can tell anyone who's trying to lose weight and who the main issue of weight gain is food, and you tell them, okay, stop food. That's almost impossible for the human body and the human mind. But that's what happens when people do that, is that they keep on yo-yoing. They will lose weight, but very miserably, and then they will gain it back very miserably and become a yo-yo, going up and down with their weights. Yeah, but I think that was for me one of the worst advice I ever got. And that's when it became for me, it was very, very clear to me that I needed to really discover myself and understand myself, how the body works, and how does the body lose weight, and what was the reason to it, and all that. And I was privileged enough to be abroad, and that gave me the opportunity to meet people who went through the same transformation, and and also meet professionals, food nutritionists, dietitians, naturopath, yogis, fitness instructors. You get different advice from all different people of having the right balance, and to find that to find the path to weight loss. And then I found my own, and I understood biologically and physiologically how the body works, because I started obtaining education in it, and I wanted to really understand it myself. I was like, that's it, I'm not taking advice from anyone, because they tell you don't eat, or they give you the cabbage soup diet, or the South Miami beach diet, or I don't know what diet. And then I realized the answer to my questions was not diet, was basically a lifestyle change that I had to take upon myself.
So a lifestyle change, that's actually a very important point right now for the young generation. Lifestyle change in a way that you mean to say that you sleep early, wake up early, and do your workouts and have your breakfast and snacks on time, as like what?
Yes, exactly. That's it. And it's really, there's different attributes to it. Yani sleep is a very big factor of it. I think, and also the sleep, it's not just about physical health, it's also about mental health. You need to sleep to function properly. And all of this, and all of the studies that they've done on the most successful people on earth, you'll see they're the ones who sleep early and wake up early.
Yeah.
But I think that is, and it's also said in the Quran, وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ سُبَاتًا. We have created the night for sleep.
Yes.
But so I think this is very important, that at night our body works and functions in a way, and it brings out specific hormones that helps us become better during the day. And when we skip the sleep at night, that affects, of course, everything.
Yes.
But sleep is a factor. Hydration and drinking water is very important. Understanding also
do you, sorry to interrupt. Do you actually in your videos, do you post such kind of stuff for the viewers about how much water should you take, and what are the duration, and do you do that, right?
I do, yes, yeah. And obviously for men and women it's different, and of course body mass is different. People, the golden rule is 8 glasses of water, but obviously 8 glasses could be enough not enough for everyone. So some people, they need to drink a little bit more because they have a little bit more muscle mass and body mass, but it depends on your weight and all that. But there's many different factors to drinking water, but in general a person should feel hydrated. And the indicators that show you that you're not hydrated is that you get food cravings, or you're getting or you feel like you want to eat something sweet or fresh or something like that, because it's always, sometimes many people mistaken hunger by thirst. You can like, oh, I'm hungry, but if you just drink water, you're actually just thirsty. But your body does give you signals, so you just need to really listen to your body. Yeah.
Yes.
But sleeping, hydration, balanced diet. I'm not a super health freak. I have been, I can't say I haven't. I went through that phase where I was very specific and super health freak and everything. And I think there is no specific diet. People say keto, people say, I don't know, that diet, the one of the caveman diet. They have different types of things, and there's always different trends.
Whatever you like, but you have to work out.
I think you have to have an 80-20 balance. So, 80% of your options should be healthy options. 20% of it could be unhealthy, but you just need to ensure to get all your micronutrients in, which is your protein, your carbs, your vitamins from vegetables and all that. But I think if you get that balance right, then it's fine. But it does require someone who's wanting to lose weight requires to have portion control. Someone who's maintaining weight is different. Someone who wants to gain weight is different. If it depends on really your goal. But I think for someone who on general health, who's just trying to maintain their weight, people can eat whatever they want as long as they're keeping active.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Fatma, I was going through your profile and something very fascinating actually I come across about TIMA. So I believe that is the first female brand in Saudi Arabia introduced by you. Can you just say a few words about that, please?
So it's a first brand for sport apparel, actually in the Middle East. Yeah, I need to, all sport apparel brands are very international brands, mainly from North America or from Australia or from the UK, like Puma, Nike, Adidas, all these big brands. And I just found like there is a gap in the market to what our needs are, especially in the Arab world, and because the women here have a specific body type. So Nike skinny leggings is not going to fit and look and complement every body type we have here, So, and they're all very boring colors and whatever. Now they're becoming much more fashionable, but still in general, they were very boring colors when I first started in 2012. So I wanted to bring in something that will excite a person to exercise in, And the fabrics that I chose and the cuts that I chose are very complimenting. You wear it and it gives you actually boost your confidence. People wear these leggings and they feel like, oh my God, I look great in them. My legs look nicer. The top fits me perfectly. It puts everything in place, And it excites them and they're colorful. There are also plain colors, but it's just really, and it became a vehicle for me to just spread my message, but I'm not a fashion designer by any means. I am very far away from that because everyone who knows me, I'm always either in white or black, but I don't have much color.
You told me, remember in your when I met you personally, I asked you, I said, which is your favorite color? And you said black. And I was like, okay. And after that you said black. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, I love black.
Yes.
3 times you said, I know, I remember that. In fact, it looked awesome on you. I saw your stuff in your studio. It was really amazing. And why the name TIMA came in your mind? Is there something?
So TIMA was the short, it's my nickname, basically. My mother is the only person who calls me this name. Yeah. So it's easy and it's a name that associates to me and it was just simple. That's how it came up.
Yeah, it sounds so nice, really. Okay, one more thing. I read it in your profile that you are certified from MADD. I believe it was written there in your profile. So what is that? Please, can you say a few words about it?
So MADD Athletics is a world-renowned company that's based in California for different sports disciplines. And one of the most famous fitness discipline that they have is the spinning, which is the indoor cycling. But they're the one who basically created indoor cycling. They're the one who invented this whole industry. Right now, it's become huge, and there is spinning and Les Mills and stages and so many different programs. But MADD are the people who started the original indoor cycling program. And the person who invented it is Johnny G. And he was a person that I always looked up to. But when I was starting to understand exercise and like that, spinning was one of the things that I went into. And the first class I did spinning I did it for 10 minutes and I left. And I was like, this is crazy. I'm not doing this ever again in my life. And then I did it again with another instructor who was very inspiring and really got my mind connected to the body during the whole physical activity. But I was dying, but I didn't feel the time fly. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is the kind of fit exercise I want to do. I wanted, when you say that we want fitness and healthy eating to become a lifestyle, it means that it doesn't become tedious anymore. It doesn't become, oh my God, I have to exercise. Oh my God, I have to eat right. It should, it starts becoming enjoyable, and that's what's important, and spinning, that's how it came to me. It became my joy to do this workout. And obviously it burns 1 million calories. So it was good for my weight loss. And then that's why I got into it. And after I lost the weight, I got certified as a spinning instructor. And then in 2017, I was nominated by them to become the first Saudi master instructor. They have master instructors from all around the world.
Wow, that's
They
great.
have from India, from Russia, Spain, UK, Portugal, Italy, the US, Latin America, Australia, South of Africa. But they have everywhere, and they didn't have anyone in the Middle East. And the ones they had in the Middle East weren't from the Middle East. They were either British or they were American. So it was a big honor for me. And I did went, and they nominated me, and then you go through a whole process. You go to a master camp, master instructor camp, and you get trained for it and stuff like
And
that. So it
how
was
long
really
the
an
duration of
experience.
the training, dear?
It was for a week, yeah, a whole week of
Okay. But
cycling.
you've been with them from long time. So this one
Yes,
week is the test period, I believe, right?
yes,
This
yes,
is, yeah,
exactly.
you will be doing okay. So you said you were weighing around 134 kilos?
Yeah, 132. Yeah.
132, sorry. Okay. So how long was the the years
The
or
weight loss.
months, yeah, for the
It
weight
took
loss?
me, I think, in total around 5 years, 5 to 6 years, I could say, for me to lose all the weight.
Oh my God.
So it took me a long time. But I think during the process, it wasn't like for me, at the beginning, it was all about, I just want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. And then I think by the third year, I stopped thinking about the end game, and I just started really enjoying the whole process of it. So then I didn't even realize, and some people come to me and say, oh my God, you lost all the weight. And, I stopped even weighing myself. And I said, I have a good lifestyle. I feel better. I am healthier. My vital signs are better. I'm not prone to getting diabetes or blood pressure or
Yes,
heart
yes.
diseases. And for me, that was enough. I said, okay, that's it. And
So,
obviously I shrank in sizes, but
like
yeah.
really, it's like, okay. I mean, what was the reason of losing weight? Because your father passed away and you felt you missed something in life, caring
Yeah.
about him, or
Yeah, of course, my father's passing had a very big impact on me. I have five brothers and I'm the only daughter, so I was very attached to him. So it was very heartbreaking for any girl losing her father, obviously. But I felt like, okay, and I understood that this was the reason for it, right? If it was like a wake-up call for me that I
yeah,
had to change and I'm not going to follow that path. And it becomes especially when you're at that kind of weight or any weight, yeah, any person who is unhappy with their weight. Okay, so there are some people who are healthy and happy even though they could be overweight. Because
yes,
I am not a and I'm not the person who really um, how can I say, I don't really encourage people to be thin. I encourage people to be healthy. So there are people who are and not thin but very healthy, and that's what's more important. And what's more important than just that is that they are mentally loving themselves and accepting
yes,
themselves
yes,
you know
yes,
but I think for me that was the journey for me, that I need to love myself, because when someone reaches to that point of weight, there is so many internal issues that you need to deal with. It's not just physical, it's not just weight, it's not just about losing it and eating right and exercising. That's just the surface of it. But there are
yes,
deeper matters that you need to face and deal with and really rediscover yourself for you
yeah,
to and tackle them, because it's very confrontational. It's
yeah,
very scary,
yes,
right? Some
yes,
people don't
yes,
want to confront their own demons, right? But
yes,
that was a whole process. So when people tell me, how long did it take you to lose weight, I'd say it took me like 4 to 5 years to find myself. It wasn't just about weight loss,
yeah.
but yeah.
It's like fighting within yourself. You really wanted to. I've seen a lot of females that follow you, Fatma, and all of them they're inspired by your work, your efforts. So how many lives have you changed up till now in respect to Saudi females, I can say?
uh, I don't know.
Many, right?
Honestly, I'm sure many, because
Number me,
uh,
it's okay.
and I am, honestly, I'm very humbled to hear people come to me and come and tell me how much
I
they have
know.
changed and they have affected their lives, and sometimes directly or indirectly. For there are people that come into my path and I come into their path for a specific reason. You know, people come into your lives for some reason. And,
Yeah.
you know, and some people, they come to my path very short. And then years later, they come to me and said like, oh, you know, that I came to Khobar for one time and she lives in Riyadh or wherever. And I came to your class and you said something and it just changed my life. And I took a decision and I did this in my career. And I'd be like, wow, I said that, you know, and I could have that kind of an impact. So sometimes it's just incredible how powerful us women can really impact each other positively. And they also inspire me. It's not just a one-way thing, you know, it's always a two-way thing. So you inspire and you get inspired too.
Yeah. I even heard it like you were very adamant in opening a gym of your own kind. And it was like a few years back, but it took a challenging effort
Yeah.
from you.
So the
And
time that we opened Studio 55, we opened it at a time where it was still before the changes that happened in Saudi Arabia and before the whole shift of
you say that
encouraging sports. 2015. So 2014 we started working on it. 15 we opened. So it's 5 years ago. So so it was a different time than now. Like today, I can't complain. Like the government has specific initiatives to push women into sports and to push women into different industries and putting her on the front line. But it's a different time now. At that time, it was still right before the change. So it took a little bit time. It was very challenging to convince. And there were gyms. I can't say they weren't, but they were catered to the elite, and they were under an umbrella that cannot be touched because of a person who's very powerful or whatever that is. And you know, for me, who is a normal person who just loves fitness and wants to open a gym, it wasn't possible. You know, so it took many proceedings to the minister of at that time it was Minister of Youth before it became Minister of Sports. So we had to talk, and and the thing is that Saudi wasn't, and the minister himself wasn't against women having gyms, but it was just they didn't know how to deal with it, you know.
Yes, yes,
So I wanted to be part of the solution, and you know, and contribute to it to help them pave the way for other gyms, not just mine, to open. And alhamdulillah, today we're at this point where, you know, it is open for every person who wants to open a big gym, a studio, a fitness facility.
Studio 55, and I want to because you became the talk of the town, Fatma, because it has been inaugurated by a very special personality, I believe, right? So can you just say from yourself? It's better. Like I would love to hear that
about Studio 55.
Yeah, I mean the inauguration was done by whom, and then you became the
okay, yeah.
The Studio 55, you named it really different because normally when I come across a lot of gyms in Saudi Arabia, they've got names which are attractive, but not Studio 55. So
yeah. So yeah, I was very privileged that I had the opportunity to have at that time who was in charge of the female division under the Ministry of Sports, Princess Reem AL Bandar, to inaugurate the opening of Studio 55. So she came in for the opening, and it was huge. You know, it was a very big deal for me and for everyone around me, and also boosted the whole morale of the team.
Yeah.
But she inaugurated it, and she was really supportive of the whole concept, because we called it Studio 55 because we wanted people to comprehend the concept of studio, because the traditional concept of a gym is basically a gym floor, treadmills, and
yes.
TVs or whatever it is that people do in the traditional gyms. And where my gym was, there was no equipment except the bikes that was in the spinning room. So people were coming in to have an experience rather than just to come in and go on a treadmill on your own. Right. But that was the concept of the Studio 55. All our classes are 55 minutes. So the concept was that people come in, they become part of a group. And this is also one of the reasons that helped me be motivated was always, I wanted to be part of a group that we motivated each other, encouraged each other to stay fit, and we keep checking on each other. And being in that kind of environment always will make sure that you're always on track, rather than when you're doing it on your own, you will lose track. You'll give yourself a little slack, you'll say, all right, but the concept of the Studio 55 is that, you are within a group, you do these classes in the group setting, not a very big group. We have very small group classes, but it is that feeling of camaraderie, that feeling of being a community that supports each other and shares the same interest and passion.
Yeah, and I believe you keep a track of getting acquainted within yourself of learning new things again and again, like every 3 months or once in a month, right? You travel to Dubai. You told me about it in one of Yes.
So it's very important for myself and also for my team, the team of instructors that I have who are all incredible. That we always stay up to date, because the fitness industry, there's so much information that I've been taught, 10 years ago, that today they do research and they say, oh, by the way, that's incorrect. We don't do that anymore. So there's so many different things that it changes and evolves in the fitness, and especially when it comes to, because it's so important to me. That's why we do small group settings and in our workouts, is that the instructor can have a clear eye on each and every participant in the class to ensure her safety. So we always do a lot of development and, in our knowledge, and stay up to date. And there's also, other than being updated from a fitness perspective, also it's important to us to be updated with what's new, because there's always different new concepts. You don't want to stick to the old things, so. And, and you see people, I go to gyms all around the world, not just in Saudi, and I go into a group class and I see someone who's doing a class from the 1980s, like Jane Fonda, and I feel like, and she's incredible and people love her, but I feel like, all right, there's so many new things, new ways, new methods of teaching a class,
Yes.
So it's really important to really stay up to date.
Instructors, like for your gym, your branches, how many branches you have in all over Saudi Arabia now?
So we have one in Khabar and one in Jeddah.
Okay.
So 2 in total, yeah.
Okay.
So our instructors, we select them on different criteria, but the first thing that we ensure that they're qualified. So they do have a qualification of somewhere, and from qualifications that we trust. It's either the American Council of Exercise, ACE, or NASM, which is the National American for Sports and NASM, I don't know, something. And CanFit Pro, which is Canadian Fitness Professionals.
Okay.
So these are the 3 bodies that I trust, that I know they give the proper education.
How many months? 3 months or 6 months?
Sorry?
To get acquainted with your flow, they have to be under your banner for 3 months or 6 months?
So they would be, we do their training for 3 months. Yeah, so after that, we make sure that they're qualified, then they come over to us, and then we do trainings for 3 months, and then every quarter there is trainings for the team. Okay. Yeah, so every quarter there's trainings for the team to be updated, and plus we send them out to take different trainings around the world, and to get them out of the whole environment in the circle so they can get inspired.
Yes. Okay, if any one of the instructor would like to open her own gym, how supportive you are in that? Like what help you give her?
Well, there are many there, and there's actually many instructors who have been part of the team for a very long time, and they've opened up their own gyms. And I'm supportive 100% for sure. It's actually a very proud moment for me, And they paved their own way. They found their own niche. They've become their own person, and I've supported them. And if it's going to be supporting them, just being there for them, and whatever help they need, whatever advice they need, I would be always there for them. And even people who are not from my gym, who come in and they're looking into investing into this area, I'm open to giving advice and consultations and help people in this domain, because it is different, and it's and it does require a person who is in the industry and who is passionate about it.
Yes. So any ideas of opening TIMA branches in all over Saudi Arabia, like Nike or
Uh,
Allah?
well, I'm looking for investors. So if any investors is listening, please, I am open to that.
Yeah, you gotta listen to this.
Yeah.
Investors, get ready. If anyone there, Fatima is all ready for introducing TIMA. Okay, but I believe
Expansions, yes.
you,
And
right?
right now our main market is online, and obviously we also sell through different facilities around Saudi and
What is the
UAE.
like? What is the
The
website?
website is timalovelife.com.
Okay, timalovelife.com. Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Good, good. Nice. That's great.
So yeah, but that's mainly our biggest market. And then obviously we sell in our studios, and we sell in different gyms, and we also our big market is also in Dubai and UAE and Bahrain. So we're trying to expand as much as we can.
Okay, Fatma, you've seen many gyms have opened like in around an year, I can say. I've been following them and I've been looking at them. Uh, what message you want to give them to be a little different from each other, you know? Because naturally everyone wants to showcase their best out of it. So being such an experienced lady from so long you've been sailing, what do you think about this?
And I think, of course, the competition is very healthy, and the more the merrier, because it just keeps everyone on their toes to be innovative and to bring
Yeah,
up new added value. And I think any newcomer who comes into the market, they really need to understand what are they going to be offering that's going to be different from everyone else. What is
yeah,
their unique selling proposition? What do they stand for? What are their values, and how do they conduct whatever business model they're going to be offering? But it's very important that anyone who comes into this industry, because I know there's so many that are opening right now in Saudi, but still it's just the tip of the iceberg. We still need a lot more. There's so many different new concepts that haven't been introduced here that we need,
yeah,
like fitness for seniors, or exercises, or sports clubs, or health clubs, and really taking it to a professional athlete level to prepare young girls to become athletes in the future. So there is so many different areas that people can contribute in, and to grow the whole industry itself, rather than everyone doing the same exact thing and just copy pasting from the other.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
I've seen your videos, even though on quarantine, you know, you're giving your efforts, your best efforts, I can say. So,
Yeah.
like how the clients are with you, you know, they are on a flow, or you know, they sometimes they feel like demotivated or something because it's a lockdown. And how do you manage
Well,
that?
you will be surprised that actually, because of the lockdown and Corona and the quarantine and everything that's happening, that people, they had a little bit more time on their hands, because
Yeah,
basically they can't go anywhere else.
yeah, I'm
But
sure.
people were very excited to be doing something, you know. So obviously you have two different peoples. You have people who exercise is part of their life, and being in lockdown is going to drive them crazy, so they had to be active. But these people were
Yeah,
continuing with us all the time. But these people they didn't stop. But then we also attracted a completely different kind of people who maybe did exercise but were never really sticking to it and anything like that. And now they've taken this opportunity to reach their goals in this quarantine time, with eating right, changing their lifestyle, and committing to workouts and stuff. So people from all around Saudi, and even outside Saudi, are following us and attending our classes. So
wow.
it was very eye-opening for me to see that, oh wow, people are really excited about getting fit and active in this time.
Okay, Fatma, how do you analyze this kind of people who basically are like too much into food? They just can't resist it. So, as for an example, a female like this happened to enroll in your Studio 55, and she's like very adamant about saying that I can't skip my meals in such a way that I can make it like 80-20. So, how the way you balance it and how you convince her, and do you have a particular special team for that, or you personally do the counseling to her? How?
I would, and obviously I am not a certified nutritionist or anything like that. So I cannot be giving, uh, I cannot be giving proper food nutrition advice, but I do give guidelines, because I have studied nutrition as a trainer, and all of my trainers have too. So the whole team do assist our clientels and our members to help them to find that right balance. And when it comes to people who have difficulty in control and stuff like that, there's so many different factors to it. So we always try to ask the right question. Are you sleeping right? Because when you're not sleeping right, also that could be a reason. Have you
Yeah.
checked your vitamins and your minerals in your body? Sometimes some kind of deficiency can also provoke that. So if you have a
Yes,
deficiency
yes.
in vitamin D, it's very difficult to control your appetite. Sometimes it could be hormonal, thyroid, or something like that. But there's so many different reasons to why people can't control their food intake, and it really starts with just awareness. So some a person could say, well, I don't have breakfast, and then I eat everything at night. If I say, okay, just do that little change, just start having breakfast, and that will help you, and to make that change, and to find, to start curbing your appetite and controlling
Great.
it more.
Great.
Yeah, so we try to give them some guidelines, but obviously there isn't one advice that fits all. We need to, like, case by case, understand their lifestyle, and
Yeah.
understanding also a stress level, because the stress level also impacts your appetite. It impacts their body's reaction to anything you do. So some people, many people, who are controlling their food and dieting and all that, but they're not losing weight, and it could be
Yes.
just simply that they're so stressed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
True. True. Okay, two, three questions, and then I think I can take off from your thing. Okay, suppose for an example, a lady got enrolled in your Studio 55 for 3 months, and suddenly after 3 months, she's not coming to your gym. So how you do the follow up with such kind of people? We have got a lot of ladies like that who
Of
slip
course,
from
yeah.
and they just like, okay, fine, we don't want to
Yeah,
continue.
yeah.
How do you go with that?
Well, first of all, we want to make sure that she is still being active. So some people are not with us, but they might be with someone else. So as long as they're active, we're happy, But
Yeah,
some people they completely are become inactive, and that, I think, that's what drives us crazy. Like, you can't be like you started that whole thing, and then suddenly drop it. So we'd encourage them to come, like, not as frequent. Okay, no, I have a busier schedule, my work time, and blah blah, and they always have different excuses. So we try to motivate them in a way where we could say that, okay, don't come every single day, but at least come twice a week. You don't have twice a week, an hour, 2 hours a week that you can give yourself. So we try to find different ways to motivate them to come back. We motivate them to come back with a friend, and give them a special offer. So maybe she and a friend could,
yes, yes,
excite
yes.
each other and be more committed.
I believe all the ladies must be excited to know this. Really, it's simply, I mean, very honestly, you're saying. Okay, a lot of ladies are concerned about two, three things which normally, whenever we have discussions, we think about a lot, but it doesn't matter. I want you to say a few words about this. Belly fat, jawline, and fat on your hands. Like, so what do you want to like, how do you think, and how much time does it take, or it's really difficult, or how much workout they have to do, or like, please, yeah, say a few words about this. I really wanted
So
to
I
know.
think when it comes to specific area fats, and especially the belly fat, it really comes to food. So I always say it's 70% kitchen, 30% in the gym. So when it comes to that kind of the area of the belly, it really comes to food, because sometimes it's not about that you're eating too much or eating unhealthy. Maybe there's specific foods that don't suit your body that you need to eliminate.
How they will come to
You
know about.
know, there's different blood tests that you can do, but it could be as simple as that. The main three things people should cut or start reducing if you're taking too much of it, and you can see an immediate impact on the belly fat, is dairy, and what's it called? Carbs, but specific carbs. It's completely left my head.
No, I don't think
The,
rice.
no, I'm talking about carbs that is from bread that have gluten. Sorry, yes, gluten.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So dairy, gluten, and sugar, refined sugar. So these are three things when you start eliminating them. And I would always say eliminate one of them for 2 weeks and see the difference. Then eliminate the other one for 2 weeks. And then you can reintroduce it, but in very small portions. But at least you know the reason why of
Yeah.
what is the reason of this belly fat. And then in general, of course, fitness will help you in burning the fat and also sculpting the muscles. So when the fat goes, you also still look nice.
Yeah.
But it's important that you have that balance between both. But specifically, it really comes to what you eat.
Okay, and what about the hands? Like normally females are like really skinny, but they have got a lot of flesh on their hands. You know, what do you think? What they should do for this now in particular?
Mm. But this is something that scares a lot of people. But I really
I'm not
encourage
asking
women
you.
to do, yeah. So to really encourage women to do weightlifting. So I'm not
Yeah.
saying weightlifting, which is heavy weights and like building huge muscles like men. No, but I'm talking about resistant training, which
Mhm.
is could be used by resistant bands, could be used by like light dumbbells, could be used even with body weight, using your own body weight. Because what you need to do is that you need to target these areas by simulating muscle contraction there. But that's why it requires women to go into resistant training, which is very important for women specifically, because after the age of 35, naturally the woman's body and bone density reduces. And with that reduction of bone density, your body accumulates more fat. And that's
Yes.
why you need to build up more muscle to stay stronger for your bones and also to ensure that you don't accumulate that fat.
Yes. And about the jawline, because a lot of females are crazy of getting jawline. As long as they have jawline, they think they have the perfect face. So how do you get
And I
that?
think this is also just general weight loss, you know. So you'll get that kind of jawline and weight loss in the face in general if you do the cardio workouts and fitness and general fitness also. But that does help a lot, and you do see that is actually one of the first things that appears.
Yeah, yeah. True.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why I put out three main things about ladies who are very particular about these three things. So I believe I have actually put up nice questions to Fatma, and she has brilliantly answered. Phenomenal job from her side. I just want you to say a few words, Fatma. Your punchline, if you have anything, you know, which you always follow. And then apart from that, say a few words to the viewers about quarantine, about COVID-19, that they get cheered up. Just say a few words and then we will pack up.
And I think one of the words that I always say is that I always tell people to get out of their comfort zone, because once you're out of your comfort zone is the only time you actually seek change. If you
Yes.
keep on doing what you're doing, you keep on getting what you get. So and quarantine right now is a very uncomfortable time. So everyone is outside their comfort zone. But we
Yeah.
need to really seize this moment. And I know it can be depressive, it can be very negative, it can bring people down. But I think people should take this opportunity to focus on themselves, give time from themselves, take care of themselves, get
Yes.
fitness into their routine, getting, not just in their routine, because if a woman changes, she changes her whole family. So get the whole family active. But I really hope that, women and everyone, not just women, take the opportunity in this difficult times to better themselves.
Yes. So one last question, and then I don't want to leave you. You have to answer this. After Studio 55, any other plans you have in hand to bring up something different in your country or in your society or for your friends, for your fans?
Well, I think, from I'm inspired from the online business and the online classes that we have started now. And I think I would want to take it more on a global level to reach out to women from, who all women want the same thing at the end.
Oh, good.
There's no one woman any different than the other. So to have a platform that is mainly for women only, where they can feel safe, and it can be for anyone from all around the world, where not only they can get fitness advice or fitness workout routines, but also to get, you know, advice and inspiration for them to become better in you know, in different aspects of their lives. You know, it's sort of more of like life coaching and things like that.
Oh, great.
So inshallah.
Really, inshallah, wish you good luck and everything. I am really thankful to Fatima Batook, the Saudi-born professional trainer. Amazing, really. Thank you so much, my dear, for giving time. And I actually met her like in a year or two back, and I was very much happy whenever I saw her work. Her efforts was amazing. And still it's going on. Thank you so much, viewers. Stay tuned with me for some other interviews with a special guest. Till then, take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.